What's up guys, welcome back to another episode of Footballrs. My name's Tony and you can follow me down below at Lineman Football. Today's video, we are going to be looking at the top 5 Lineman cleats available in 2021. Okay, now first off, this is the chart right here I used to help influence my buying decisions when it came to creating this list. Now, although from a gut feeling, some of these I don't particularly agree with, I'm going to stick to the numbers on this one and I'll talk through them. Now we have 2 cleats that did not crack the top 5. Coming in at number 7 is going to be the Under Armour Hammer. Now, although this is a good football cleat, it's really the only one for linemen created by Under Armour. I think it is a really good cleat when it comes to stability and style. The places it lacked was the traction plate was okay. The webbing on the front is great for breathability. However, it has 0 protection to it. And also, this is the heaviest cleat released this year. Something to do with this traction plate is like crazy heavy and I'm not 100% sure why. So that is gonna be number 7. Coming in at number 6 is going to be Adidas Lineman cleat that they have right now, and that is going to be the Adidas Nasty 22E wide. Now, the reason this did not make the list, the number 1 would be the traction plate. This traction plate doesn't have a lot of grip to it. The circle studs are not really good for gripping in the ground, and they're also very, very short studs. So that was the biggest drawback with this cleat. Although I love how wide it is, I love the materials it's made out of, this traction plate is really holding it back from cracking that top 5. Coming in at number 5 is going to be the Nike Alpha Menace Varsity. Now, although this is not a true lineman cleat, a lot of those multi-purpose cleats can work for linemen that aren't looking for super high ankle support. The one reason I actually like lower cut cleats at line is because you already get your ankles spatted to begin with. So I think at lower levels of football, going with a cleat like this actually does work really well, especially because you're oftentimes asked to play multiple positions at that level. So it is a good all-purpose cleat. The traction plate is not the craziest thing in the world. Nike has come out with better ones since then, like the one on the Pro version that came out last year. However, this is a good all-purpose traction plate that can be used at line and other positions. It's also pretty decently lightweight, which is nice. The material on the outside has decent protection, and the only thing I would recommend is going a half size up because it does fit slightly narrow. Coming in at number 4 is going to be the Nike Force Savage Elite TD2s. Now, these are a really good lineman cleat if you're looking for specific things. So if you want a really beefy traction plate, it has that. It has really good high ankle support. It also has 3 Velcro straps instead of laces, which means it's really easy to get on and off. However, the drawbacks of this cleat are going to be number 1, the weight is very heavy. The front toe of this cleat has no form fit to your foot, so I find it very uncomfortable to wear. And overall, I just find it kind of like a very hard shelled cleat. It's great for protection, but just for me, it just didn't really feel good on the foot. Now guys, it is important to know I will have links to every one of these cleats in the description down below, as well as each video, you'll have a link to the product where you can buy it, but also the original review on that product if you want to learn more about any specific one. Coming in at number 3 is going to be the Jordan 10 Retro Mid Football Cleats. These cleats are very hard to find now, so I will put an asterisk on there that you might need to look on a secondary market for these. But the reason these things rank so high, number 1 is going to be the traction plate. This traction plate was first used on the Nike Lunar Beast Elite TD cleats. I think it is fantastic. They took the original design from the Alpha with these circle studs, and then they added these talons in the middle to help you grip in the ground. You have these side fins as well to help with that lateral movement. You also have a Lunar Lawn midsole on here, which makes these cleats incredibly comfortable. Really high ankle support, which is good. The Jordan brand, this as a basketball cleat, has been tried and tested over time, and the colorways look absolutely sick in this cleat. So although it is hard to find, it is still fantastic if you can. Coming in at number 2 is going to be the Adidas Freak Carbon Football Cleats. Now, the reason this one actually ended up ranking higher than the Jordan 10 for a couple reasons is going to be you have a little bit longer studs on here. The triangle shape is also really good for gripping in the ground. You have its own super comfy midsole in here with the bounce insole, again, incredibly comfortable. The couple things I didn't like about this cleat would be the lacing system on it. However, I found it has decent protection. It's a good multi-purpose cleat, so it's not just for line. One thing I do look for, breathability is good. This would be an all-around good cleat if you're not 100% sure where you're going to position be at on like a week-to-week basis. And the price is really good on these too. All right, number 1 is going to be the Nike Force Savage Pro Football Cleats. Guys, the reason these ranked so much higher than the Elite TDs is because it still has a traditional lacing system on here, which makes the cleats really comfortable to wear. We have that same beefy traction plate we're talking about. We have that same lunar lawn midsole available on the Elite TDs and the Jordan 10s. We have this textured pattern, which is really good for protection. The ankle support straps you in. These are like your lineman cleat. So this ranked number 1 as far as it goes for lineman. This would also be a very good option if you play a couple different positions, but if you're strictly a lineman, these would be the ones I currently go with. Now again, they're getting harder to find, which means I'm hoping that Nike is coming out with a new edition of these and the Elite TDs for the following year. But right now, as far as 2021 goes, these are the best lineman cleat on the market. There you guys go. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video on my top 5, actually 7, favorite lineman cleats that came out this year and how I ended up ranking them by the time all the testing was done. If you guys did like today's video, go ahead, subscribe down below. We put out 2 videos every week. I'll check you next time.